Today I will talk about outsourcing and services of a reference laboratory. It is part of series of lectures on operations management and especially the laboratory management. This is my lecture outline. First I'll talk about outsourcing, make or buy decision and benefits of outsourcing. Then I'll talk about definitions of reference laboratory, why service of reference laboratory is required, single or many reference laboratories, and parameters for selection of reference laboratory. So first, let us see what is outsourcing. A make or buy decision, also referred to as outsourcing decision, is an act of choosing between manufacturing a product in-house or purchasing it from an external supplier. There are many factors at play that may tilt a company from making an item in-house to outsourcing it, such as labor cost required to manufacture in-house, lack of expertise, storage cost, supplier contracts, and lack of sufficient volume. For make and buy decision, mathematically, we require following data: the volume of the product to be manufactured or required, the fixed cost of making, per unit making cost, per unit buying cost. These four entities are required for mathematical make and buy decision. So cost to buy is equal to volume, that is number of products, into per unit buying cost. Cost to make is equal to fixed cost plus per unit making cost into volume. Since per unit buying cost will always be more than per unit making cost, the slope of the CTB is more than the slope of CTM. Since the slope are different and slope of CTB is more, the CTB will cross at some point when it is compared with the volume. So at this point, the cost to buy is more. And before this time, this point of time or this amount of volume, the cost to manufacture is high. So before this volume, we need to buy the product from outside as compared to manufacture it in-house, because manufacturing will be more costly. Whereas after this volume of demand or volume of product required, after this volume, the cost to buy is more than cost to make. So it is better to make in-house. So how to calculate this point or this volume? So this point is where at the intersection of these two entities, cost to buy and cost to make. So at when they both are equal, so equating these two equations, we get the break-even volume as equal to fixed cost divided by per unit buying cost minus per unit making cost. And per unit buying cost is always more than per unit making cost. So this is a positive entity, and this is the break-even volume. So this is how we make or buy decision. So what are the benefits of outsourcing? There is cost saving, of course, as we have seen when the volume is not high mathematically. We can focus on core business. We can do cost restructuring. We can improve quality, knowledge, contract, operational expertise, access to talent, capacity management, catalyst for change, enhance capacity for innovation, reduce time to market, commodification, risk management, tax benefits, scalability, creating leisure time. So these are the benefits of outsourcing. So now let us see the services of a reference laboratory, and this is in context of laboratory management, clinical laboratory management. So what is a reference laboratory? A reference laboratory is by definition a laboratory designed to handle a wide range of tests at high volume. So wide range of tests at high volume. Since reference laboratories aggregate tests from various medical institutes, they can afford expensive equipments and do tests at much lower per test cost. So they have advantage because they aggregate the demand. Most reference laboratories are also accredited for quality assurance or quality control. So why to take service of a reference laboratory when we have insufficient in-house test load or volume, as we have seen mathematically in make or buy decision. So if we have less number of test demand, then we should outsource it rather than do it in-house. Other reason to outsource is when there is inadequate personal expertise to run and interpret every test, and insufficient finances are available to buy expensive machines. The other reason is that some of the tests are rare enough and require expensive equipment. So all the rare tests can be outsourced easily. So these are few reasons that why we should take service of reference laboratory. Should we have a single reference laboratory or many reference laboratories? We should rely on a single reference laboratory for at least 80% of the test we sent out. This is arbitrary value. The advantages of a single versus many reference laboratories: volume discount on individual tests. We can ask for volume discount because we are sending to a single laboratory. Free outreach consulting. We can take benefit of consultants in reference laboratory. And we have a better negotiating power if we have a single or very few reference laboratories. It is noteworthy that switching reference lab can be costly as it may require changes in our laboratory information system. So there is switching cost. So finally, how to select a reference laboratory. So these are the parameters for selection of reference laboratory, and we can score the options available to us. That is, we can score various reference laboratories on these parameters, and we can identify the best out of those. So the one of the parameter is quality of test result. The reference laboratory should be accredited for quality control. The reference laboratory should be reliable. The spectrum of tests available at reference laboratory is one of the parameter. Option for price discount is another parameter. The turnaround time of lab report, less turnaround time is beneficial. Ability to integrate with our LIS is another parameter for decision. And the reference laboratory should be a big laboratory, either at the national level or the regional level. So these are the parameters which you can use to score and rank the reference laboratory and select a best reference laboratory for our clinical lab. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.